This presentation is for AP Physics 1. It's just all about the course, general summation of what the course will be. So my name is Mr. Jenkins. If you want to contact me, email is good. My Zoom meeting ID, I believe we'll be using that ID and password for pretty much every class period. That will also be prominently posted on Schoology. The things you'll need to be successful in physics: some sort of notebook would be nice. Basically, you're going to need paper to write on occasionally. You can't really do all physics on a computer. Much of it is algebra, and I think you probably know how hard it is to do algebra on a computer. And occasionally, you're going to find that graph paper is going to help you. Now, most of our graphing we'll be doing on Google Sheets. However, there will be times when graph paper will probably help you conceptualize certain things. But most of the time, you should use just regular line paper. Don't waste your graph paper on stuff where you don't need it. You're going to need a scientific calculator. Now, I'm fine with you using an application on your phone for your calculator. If and when we go back to in-person learning, you will need an actual scientific calculator. But I'm not going to stop you at home from using an application. Just make sure that calculator, make sure you can use scientific notation on there. And then I recommend writing with pencil because physics is basically a lot of physics is like making a drawing and then doing algebra. And I'm pretty sure your algebra teacher, your math teachers want you to write in pencil. It's for the same reason in physics. You make a mistake, you don't want it to be in pen and permanent. And of course, you're going to need access to the computer on your Chromebook. So I put this slide up here just to talk a little bit about the AP Physics 1 assessment. Now, a lot of students go into the class thinking, oh, great, I go into this class and I get a college credit. I just want to be upfront with how this AP exam goes. And so these are the national numbers for how students score on the AP Physics 1 test. And if you look at this, you can see that it is by far the most difficult science test. I pasted in the APUSH results here as well. If you look at the percentage passing, AP Physics 1 is the only one that is under 50%. And then the percentage of a 4 or above. And many colleges will accept a 3 and give you credit for that. But there are a good amount of colleges that only accept 4s, and that is also significantly lower. Now, I don't put that on there to scare you. I just want to be upfront. This class is essentially an honors level physics class. I will teach you everything you need to know to be successful on the AP Physics 1 test. But if you're going to be successful, you're going to have to really work at it. It takes a lot of studying. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of work to do good on that test. My expectations of you: be in class, be in every synchronous day. Just be there every day. The best thing you can do, the first thing you can do to be successful is just to show up. Work on physics every asynchronous day. You know, the asynchronous day is not your day off. Those mornings are supposed to be spent working on your classes. And in physics, you do not get it if you don't practice. It's just how it is. If you put the time in, you'll be successful. If you don't, you won't. Be prepared for class every day. So come with the materials you need. If I suggest that you work on something during the asynchronous day, please bring that with you during the synchronous day. And then come with an attitude, like a willingness to try and collaborate and be positive with your peers. In terms of being late, don't be late. Just show up into class. I will start class right on time. We will start content right away. And if you're late, you will miss things. Try to minimize distractions. Find a quiet spot in the house. I highly recommend just having a calculator instead of a cell phone. It's very distracting to have your phone if it vibrates and all of a sudden you've got one of the Snapchats or the Tic Tacs or something coming in on your phone. That can be very distracting in class. So try to minimize that as much as possible. You participate, engage, question, answer, cooperate, think, advocate, respect, try, fail, try again, learn physics, and learn how to learn. I'm going to do my best to give you a lot of tips and tricks and methods to being a successful student, not just at physics. But that really comes with having all of those good attitude features that I just listed there. In terms of the grade breakdown of this class, you can tell by this pie chart here, the class is 75% assessment. That your grade will be 75% assessment. And I'll talk more about that later. 15% will be enrichment and 10% will be an application. And I will define all those things in a minute here. So assessments, just like they sound, they're essentially tests. Our units are broken down into goals, and you will have 2 assessment attempts on every goal. The best score that you get on one of those attempts, on either attempt, will be recorded in the gradebook. And if you are not happy with either of your 2 attempts, a 3rd attempt will be available if you have shown me that you've put in the work. I won't give 3rd attempts to students who don't show me they've been practicing. So you show me you've practiced, you do an application online, and you can take that 3rd try. We will also have free response questions. I'll have more on this when I speak with the other AP Physics teachers. We like to collaborate and have similar things, and we have not spoken about the free response assessments, but essentially they are there to mimic the free response assessments that you might take on the AP exam. So this is the typical breakdown of a unit. You can see that we have goal 1, goal 2, goal 3, vectors, 2D motion calculations. There's, you're going to have two assessments of each, and you could record your best score. And if you don't like that best score, then you can talk to me about taking a 3rd try. And then, of course, the free response, there's only 1 score listed because that will be only a one and done assessment. Enrichment. Essentially, this is like practice activities and lab work. This is all the stuff you do to learn physics. Okay. Now, notice it's only 15% of the grade. There are students who are tempted to think, oh, it's only 15% of the grade, so I don't need to really worry about that. Well, if you don't do the practice, you won't learn the material. If you don't learn the material, you won't do well on the assessment. Practice is everything in physics. I mean, just like so many things in life, if you don't work at it, you won't get any better. And for a lot of students, physics doesn't come naturally, but it's totally doable as long as you do the work. Application. This is a project-based assignment. It'll be a semester-long assignment, and it's really about college, career, and self-improvement. We used to call this capstone. We call it application now, but it is essentially not 100% physics. It's more about making yourself a better student, preparing yourself for the future. There will be 30 points required each semester to earn the 10% of your grade that this is worth. And it will be on a progressive schedule. And so what that means is 10 points will be due at a certain point in the semester. Then later on, 10 more points will be due, and then 10 more points after that. I'm not going to get into application for the first week or 2 of school because I'd like you to get used to all of the other procedures for the assessments and for the enrichment. But there will be more on this in the future. So that's the end of my presentation. Again, if you have any questions for me ever, feel free to reach out anytime you need me. And again, if you want to hear more about just me, your teacher, I've provided a link. You can click on that link now to watch the video that's just about me personally. All right, take care.